All right, so we're live now. So what I wanted to do for this evening, and you can see on the title for the video, it's called Friday Night Block Party, 4th of July, all that good stuff. So I figured now would be a good time. I've been wanting to do a video. Actually, let me add somebody in here real quick. Chuck.
Hey, Adam.
So I was just getting started with my spiel. So like the whole purpose of this thing is, it's just kind of like an online hangout thing. A lot of people have been doing that, and there's a lot. Of course, we're all tech people. We're all in the tech space. But tonight, it's more like a stop in, hang out, say hi, visit for a little bit, talk about the weekend, holiday plans, barbecue. You barbecuing this weekend?
Oh, absolutely. I was actually just barbecuing a minute ago.
Yeah, I started that today. So there's probably going to be some other people that pop in and out that come in for the show tonight. But we have Chuck here from Nomad, and then of course me, Tech Odyssey. It's my channel. But other people are going to show up along the way, and it's just kind of we can't really hang out in the real world anymore, especially with all the craziness that's been going on lately. So it's just, I thought it'd be nice to try and get some people together and just have a nice evening. And of course, people are on the show in the video asking comments and all that stuff. So this ought to be a good time.
Cool, man. I appreciate you having me in here. Let's see. We already got people commenting and stuff. What's up, Big John?
Big John. What's up, man? Drew. So hopefully some more people pop on. I know that Viper's been doing a show for like the last hour or two, and there's some other people over there. So I know like El Jefe and some other guys, they're going to hop over here in a little bit. Tech702, Mike. So I was barbecuing like all day today.
You're doing brisket, right? I thought I saw that on Instagram. Or
yes. So my appetite was bigger than my barbecue pit, and also bigger than the amount of food that my family can eat. So I bought a trim brisket. I bought some ribs. I bought some smoked sausage. So the plan was I was going to cook all that. My wife's like, that's too much food for all of us to eat. So I spent 8 hours cooking a brisket today, and tomorrow on 4th of July proper, I'll be making some ribs and some sausage to go along with it.
That's awesome, man. That's going to be delicious.
What are you working on right now?
What's that?
So what are you cooking right now?
So actually, I was cooking up a yellowtail collar. For those of you who are sushi fans, it's called hamachi kama at like the sushi restaurant. And basically, it's like the side neck piece of the yellowtail or the tuna right behind the gill plate. And it's a really it's like a chef's cut, basically. Like you can talk about butchers and stuff like that. Like the guys that cut the cows always take their like special little cut.
Oh, so that's what they
collar for tuna and yellowtail is a really nice cut, but a lot of people are scared of it because it's like, oh, there's bones and it looks like fish. It doesn't just look like meat. So I'm kind of nervous. I'm
not much of a fish person, so if I fried it, I'd probably eat it. But
you could fry like the collar. You totally could fry. I basically marinate it with like some soy and some ponzu and stuff like that. And then broil it. So like a real hot grill, it crisps the skin real nice. And then the meat,
that's good.
Like when you're cooking chicken or like a drumstick or something like that, you can cook the heck out of it, right?
Yeah.
It's got the bone in there, it's got the skin, and it like it's always gonna be super tender. It's the same deal with this. Like you can just cook the smokes out of it, and it's gonna be really good. And it's a fantastic cut of meat if you can ever get your hands on it. For myself, my buddy went fishing early this week, and he's not good at filleting fish at all. And he lives down the road from me, so whenever he goes fishing, if he has a successful day, he shoots me a text message and says, "Hey Chuck, like, can you give me a hand and I'll not pay you, but he lets me tax basically." So I'll take like 25% of the meat that I cut for him.
I like yellowtail when it comes to sushi. That and tuna. I like all those. I don't ever really cook it on the grill. Every once in a while, I'll get a little crazy in the kitchen and get like some mahi or something and cook it on a plank in the oven, and that turns out all right. But my forte is more barbecue stuff. But I got some St. Louis style ribs for tomorrow.
That's gonna be really good.
So I like St. Louis style better than like baby back or just regular back ribs. The back ribs, they have a lot more fat on them. And they can be nice and tender and super juicy and all that good stuff. But I really, really like the St. Louis style because you get the best part of the spare rib, but it's smaller. It's, you get all the smaller ends and stuff with the
St.
full
Louis
size.
They're not the nice rectangle ones, right? They're like the curved kind of rib. Like it hasn't been
Yeah,
cleaned up.
It's got a little bit more of a curve to it. They look almost like baby back ribs, but they just don't have that big fat block on top of them.
Gotcha. Cool. Like
when you get when you get the big spare rib, you've got like the smaller ones down the end and like little stuff that hangs off, and they always cook faster than the meaty part. So it's basically they just get the meaty part right in the middle and cut it down.
Cool. That'll be nice. I'm gonna be super lazy tomorrow and just do burgers.
I'm going to be lazy in between the barbecue. And actually, let me see. I think my buddy Tyler, it's not showing up with video, but let me see here. You there, Tyler?
Bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So profound.
Yeah.
So I don't know if y'all know each other or not, but this is Tyler. He's from he works with Anchor.
Oh, no way. No, I've not met you, Tyler. What's up? I'm Chuck from Nomad.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, you
maybe I should change my name to Tyler from Anchor. Then how about that? If I can figure it out.
If you want. I won't tell you when your last name, so that way they're not trying to track you down. But you can be Tyler from Anchor.
I like it.
Yeah. Apologies, boys. I was gonna put on my camera, and then I just got back from a run, so I look like absolute garbage. So I'm just not gonna do that.
I hear you, man.
We were talking about food stuff. You got any big food plans for tomorrow for the 4th of July?
Man, I mean, I was just going to go to like the grocery store and get some takeout, some Chinese food. That was my big thing.
You could smoke that on the grill. Some smoked lo mein.
Yeah, sure. I'll let you know how that goes. Put some dumplings on there.
There you go.
Oh, those are so good. I love dumplings.
Where are you at, Tyler? Are you in West Coast, East Coast?
I'm based in Bellevue, Washington, which is just outside Seattle.
Nice, man. I'm down in San Diego.
Yeah, y'all are in much nicer weather than what I have over here. Yeah,
it's hot today in San Diego, I'll tell you that.
Oh, it was like 97 degrees here today. It's like crazy, crazy hot.
Oof.
I didn't want to talk too much business stuff, but I do want to at least plug for a second. I know that y'all announced the other day the case is coming out for the iPad Pros, which people have been asking about for a long time.
Forever. Yeah, I'm stoked to have these finally coming out, man. They look awesome. We've been doing tons and tons of iterations on them. Would have loved to have them out earlier, but with all things Nomad, it has to be perfect before we release it. And these things are looking killer. Well, yes, I could only imagine having a nice 4-wing leather case on my iPad. So I told you whenever you first told me they're coming out, I don't have an iPad Pro, so I was like, man, it makes me want to go buy an iPad Pro just so I can put that case on there. No, they look killer, and they're gonna. The early samples we have so far haven't had enough time to age and get like that really rich patina, but I think that big of a piece of leather is gonna look so sick after like 6 months of having it in your bag, putting it in your desk, and using it on a day-to-day basis. It's gonna get a really nice patina around the edges and stuff like that. It'll be a cool looking case for sure. Oh, for sure. So I haven't looked online. Is it just brown? Is it gonna be brown and have a black? Brown and black. Brown and black. I don't know what it is, but I like the black on the iPhones, and then I like the brown on the Pixel phones. Interesting. I mean, you're playing both sides of the field, so to speak. So like, I'll take your opinion for it. I guess with the Pixel phone, it's got the little dot in the middle, right, on the backside for your fingerprint. With the Pixel 3s and then the 4s, it's just solid on that because they put the facial recognition stuff in there. Mm-hmm. And then Tyler, I've got all sorts of stuff coming out, and then. The super cool thing with y'all right now is that bling 24 karat gold charging cable. Oh yeah. That was just a fun little kind of product we made. It was a limited edition real gold cable. And I'm glad that your wife liked it, even though you only got to use it for like a day. I still don't have mine. I was like, can you send me like 3 more? Because I got it, and it's like I got to use it long enough to review it, and then it's like it's gone. Oh, well, fun fact that I think they're actually pretty much out now. We only made 3,000 of them worldwide. Just sort of, as I said, it's just a fun little thing we made, and they're pretty much gone, I think. Well, I would imagine so. It's one of those things that's really, really cool. Yeah, thanks. I wish I had one. Enough to review it, and then it's like it's gone. Oh, well, fun fact that I think they're actually. I think you've got the video on the background. 3,000 of them worldwide. Oh, man. There we go. I was like, why am I hearing myself talk? Yeah, I was going to send a link to my team right now in Slack, and my mistake. Oh, that's quite all right. So, yeah, that thing's really cool. Maybe next year y'all can make like a rose gold one, like a 24 karat rose gold. That would be nice.
Yeah, I'll go bring that up. I mean, obviously, it's when did we talk about this? We talked about this maybe at the beginning of last month, so it's still pretty early. We still don't know the internal reaction to it, and I'm sure I'll hear all about it in a coming month or so about the new plans.
What'll make life really easy for y'all is if iPhone or Apple could just adopt a USB-C standard across the board, and then you could use the same charger for either one. It wouldn't be like, here, buy this one for iPhone, buy this one for Android.
Well, I can't speak to that.
No.
We can both wait patiently.
One day, I guess.
One day, exactly.
So I spent most of the afternoon while I was making my barbecue playing Call of Duty on my Xbox. Y'all play any video games?
Yeah.
What's your game, Tyler? Are you doing Animal Crossing, or are you playing the shooters, first-person shooters?
Oh man, so I'm one of the basically the only. I think I've mentioned this to Adam before. The only thing I buy are pretty much just groceries and video games, especially now when we're in lockdown. So I don't know. I've just been dabbling. I got into Dying Light recently. I don't know if you guys. Oh yeah, I've been having a heart attack like crazy. But that, and then I started Red Dead Redemption today.
That's a good one too.
It's a bit slow. I'm still at the beginning, and it's just doing all the tutorial missions, and it's just been a bit of a head slammer just in how slow it is. But I'm sure it'll get better.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption is a lot like Grand Theft Auto, but like in the Wild West.
I've never played a Grand Theft Auto.
I've been able to describe it, but if you try and tell somebody what it is, but it's super cool. When Red Dead Revolver was the first one, and that one was really cool. It's fun to play, and I haven't played the new one though. I've watched it some. My buddy was playing it a while back, but I stick more to a lot of I don't say a lot of shooter games. I like to play Call of Duty, but the Resident Evil games are top of the list for me when it comes to playing stuff.
Oh well, man, I'm so high strung when I watch horror movies, horror games, or something like that. So it's just always just high octane whenever I fire up Dying Light. So my neighbors, I'm pretty sure, are very familiar with me cussing.
As long as you're not like doing any high pitched girl screams whenever the zombies start chasing you.
No, I can get away from them. It's just when I come around a corner and there's someone there I didn't expect.
I like that game because it's kind of like this whole, post-apocalyptic zombie thing, but you're doing a bunch of like parkour, jumping and sliding around and climbing buildings. It's got a nice element to it other than just trying not to get eaten by zombies.
Yeah, it's a lot like Dead Island mixed with Mirror's Edge. That might be a little bit dated. I don't know who's in the stream, but yeah. I don't know who's watching. I don't know if Mirror's Edge is a bit dated these days.
I don't know. I know it came out quite a while back. We've got quite a few people in here. I mean, we've got 12 people watching tonight. We got Harmless Carl with Armadillo Tech and Schnail. We got Bionic Scoop. We got Simply Textured, Big John Tech Reviews, Brave Star Gaming. So quite a few people in here tonight, and we certainly appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us. And I know I'm not going to be able to get to everything in the chat, but if you have any questions or you want to input something, just feel free to drop it down in the chat, and we can see that over there as well.
Yeah. Okay, so I've been blabbering about what I've been playing. What about you guys? What are you guys playing these days, if you do?
I'll let Adam go first.
So, like I said, I've been playing Call of Duty. It's funny. I was waiting for Final Fantasy VII to come out. Final Fantasy VII came out. I played it twice for a total of like 3 hours, and then I haven't played it since because I got busy doing other stuff. And then The Last of Us 2 came out. And I played that for like 3 hours in one sitting the day that I got it. And then I haven't turned it back on since then. And then it came to, Call of Duty Warzone. And my buddy Dan plays all the time. And he's like, here, you should play on the Xbox. And I had it on the PC. I'm like, well, I always play on the PC, but whatever. So then I started playing that. And now I've been playing Warzone. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it, especially being able to play with other people. But when it comes to other stuff, it's mostly just been Call of Duty lately. What about you, Chuck?
Nothing. I'm the worst tech consumer in the entire world. So I don't game. I have an iPhone 8. I don't have an Apple Watch.
iPhone 8's good though.
What's that?
So what? I mean, you're not playing Candy Crush on your iPhone or something like that?
No,
Cookie Cutter?
none of that. Last game I played was Civ 3 when I was in high school.
Oh.
It's been a minute.
Here we
I
go.
do enjoy those kind of games, but they suck me in, and it's like I'm not getting anything done for at least a week.
I have one game that I've been playing for like 6 years now. I play Boom Beach on my phone, and I just can't let it go.
What is it? Is it like a?
What is that?
It's kind of like it's like this overhead thing, and you have like your headquarters, and you build up your little you build up your little thing, your defenses on your island, and you can attack other people's islands, and they can attack yours. And there's like different like units you can use and stuff. It's like real time. So it's a fun one to play, but I don't think it's as popular as it used to be.
It looks a lot like, what's that one that keeps getting advertised on the mobile phone these days? Clash of the Clans. It looks a lot.
Oh
like
God, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think is it the same people? They came out around the same time.
It looks like it came from the same developer, is all I gotta say.
I think it did. Here, Michael Pepper. Case for my fold from Nomad. No, I wish.
There's only so much time in the day.
Yeah. I reached out to Chuck the other day. I was like, look, dude, if I give you $500, can you make me a custom case for my Z Flip? It just doesn't work out that way, apparently.
I wish. That'd be so cool. Like I'm starting to talk with other people about doing some of that laser engraving stuff we were talking about.
That would be really cool. Like if you could pick up a Nomad case and like if you could just get like maybe your Twitter handle or your YouTube name or whatever on the back of it, like with the burning, that would be really cool.
No, I fully agree. I think that'd be incredibly awesome to have. So we'll see what happens later this year.
No, I would totally buy one of those. Like if y'all could set it up online where there's like a section where you can like go in and put in like what you want on there, and then you have the price down there based off of what it is. And I think that would be cool. I would totally buy one.
Yeah, I think that'd be a really neat thing to have. So I'll keep you guys posted on what developments come there.
And hey, Jeff is in the house. Welcome, El Jefe.
Oh, what's up, El Jefe?
So he was just over on Viper Stream. I know they had a bunch of tech guys over there. They were kind of doing something, I guess, like we're doing now. But he had like 10 people on there at once, and they were talking just like a lot of tech stuff. And I mean, we can always talk tech stuff here, but I thought it'd just be fun to try and get some people together and do this and just give it a whirl.
This is awesome, man. I really appreciate you messaging me earlier today to be a part of it.
Oh, anytime, man. I mean, Dan and I, we always do our show on Wednesday night, and it's very, very much like tech oriented. We'll talk about current stuff and topics or stuff that's we think is important that's going on at the time. And Juan Bagnall's here too, so it's it's more geared towards that. And I thought we all get together and we all talk tech all the time, and it doesn't mean it's not going to bleed over into some of this, but it's kind of like, to me, it's like after hours conversation, like everybody gets off work on Friday and you go to the bar or go to the restaurant and hang out and shoot the breeze and talk other stuff than just, hey, so how about the iPhones that may or may not going to come out with the charging brick? I'm like, well, I can talk about that on Wednesday.
I like it, man. What are you and the family doing? I mean, you're going to barbecue tomorrow. You got any other plans for the weekend or the week coming up, or is it mostly hanging out and relaxing and just?
I don't know. We don't have any real big plans. I don't know if you had seen or if you saw what I had posted, but so my wife ended up with coronavirus, so that was fun.
No, I did not see that.
Okay, she's like 95% back to normal, and we finally got the rest of our tests back today. So the rest of my entire family is all negative. It was just her.
That's wild.
Well, she works in the health field. She's an X-ray technician, and she had gone back to work like 6 weeks ago. So we just figured she picked it up somewhere in the healthcare setting, but she's okay now. And everybody else is negative, and nobody's sick now. So that's good. But at the same time, I spent the last like 2 weeks living in my living room because we kept her isolated and food under the door.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I don't think she minded too much though, because she got to catch up on a lot of shows. I mean, granted, when she was more sick, I'm sure she didn't enjoy it. But like the last couple of days when I was like, you know what, I know you're feeling better, but I don't want you to spread germs around. Just keep changing the episodes on the TV. You stay in here.
Was she super diligent when she was coming home from work, like changing her clothes right away, all that kind of stuff?
She was wearing she was wearing an N95 mask at work, and then like another mask over that because just to keep that one as clean as possible. And then she didn't have any glasses on though, which maybe could have helped, I guess.
Yeah.
But she would wear her work stuff, come home, like spray her shoes off with Lysol, change in the garage, and go straight to the shower when she got back. And however she picked it up is unfortunate, but at least, like I said, she's okay now.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
She's like, she got up and started cooking today, and I was like, okay, thank you. Cooking for 5 kids that are here all the time, and being locked up in the house and doing everything by yourself is entirely too much work for one person.
No, absolutely.
you can only fire up too many hot dogs before it just gets old.
We did have those yesterday.
Cereal twice a day, and then burgers is just every day gets a little bit repetitive.
And thanks, Juan. She's everyone in the chat that's like glad she's okay. Yes, very, very glad she's okay. And just so she can see this later, yes, definitely does not deserve her. But I did teach her how to cook. So, I mean, it's a give and take relationship. Like today, she's like, you want me to do anything? I'm like, well, I'm barbecuing for 8 hours. So play on your iPad. I mean, whatever. I don't really need you to do anything, but I appreciate the thought anyway.
Yeah.
So, I don't think we're going to do a whole lot. We can't go anywhere.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, the kids, they all play Fortnite all the time.
Okay.
They like 2 or 3 of my kids are in like the contender league. They can actually play in like the championship cups and stuff. They're not like on the same levels like the pro ones, but they're like one level. They all have their own gaming PCs and they do their thing. But yes, they very much do that. And then sometimes they'll play Call of Duty with me, but more so they play a lot of Fortnite. But our barbecue, I think we're going to watch a family movie tomorrow. Fireworks are illegal in the city limits here. So I think we're just going to be watching fireworks on TV.
Yeah, same here in San Diego. They canceled pretty much all fireworks. Which is a bummer. Apparently the house we're in now, you can see some of the fireworks when they're going on, but if they're not happening, they're not happening.
Yeah, there was like a big 4th of July festival that they were going to have, and it just, didn't happen. They canceled it after, they just made like a mandatory mask thing today where they're like, everybody has to wear masks now. So like the whole state basically, which I mean, I'm glad they did that, but at the same time, it's like, things are kind of, very limited here at the moment.
You're in Texas, right? I forget.
Down in Houston.
Houston, all right, yeah, cool. Yeah, it's been a wild week and a half, to be honest. Like I thought things were definitely going to clean up and start straightening out, but apparently not.
Yeah, it's been an interesting time, but thankfully we're all okay, which is pretty much all we can ask for.
Yeah.
Here, so I have a question from Michael Peppertech. So, what's the age range? So, our kids vary in range from the age of 10 to 14. So we have 6 together. My other son lives with his mom, but we have my other 3 boys here, and then my wife has a boy and a girl. So we have 6 total, but 5 that are always here. So they're 10, 11, 11, 13, and 14.
Oh, man.
And what makes it even crazier, though, their birthdays are all right on top of each other. So I have 2 boys. Their birthdays are December 1st and December 2nd. But my wife's son is November 30th, and her daughter is December 16th. So it's like 3 birthdays, 3 days in a row. And then one more 2 weeks after that, and then Christmas. So it's like December is a really expensive time of the year.
Just before CES.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know if that's going to happen or not this year. But if everything lines up and things get better and they continue to have it, I'm hoping to still go if at all possible. But I just don't – I don't know at this point in time.
Wait, so are you a household that kind of so I'm not a December kid, but I've heard that maybe sometimes if there's a lot of holidays and gift giving occasions, you'll just kind of consolidate them. If it's December, do you guys do birthday, Christmas, or is it like everybody gets everything all the time?
We consolidate and do one big birthday because we still do separate presents for birthday, separate presents for Christmas, but having birthdays like November 30th, December 1st, December 2nd, I can't really justify having 4 birthdays inside of a 2-week time span. So usually we'll do something for all 4 of them. But now that my daughter's a little older, we'll do like the 3 boys together, and we'll have like a smaller party for my daughter. And then we celebrate Christmas. So it's just a really, really expensive month.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah, for sure.
I got a question down here from Greggles TV, and I'll pass this one around. But he wants to know what my favorite burger is beside McDonald's. He does like a midnight live stream all the time. I go and hang out over there. This is kind of a topic of conversation that comes up a lot. So I would have to say, other than McDonald's, which I like their nuggets, not their burgers. It's a toss-up for me between Five Guys and In-N-Out, but probably Five Guys would win it for me. I'm a big fan of their burgers. Chuck seems to disagree. What's your favorite burger, Chuck?
All right. So if you're talking chain food locations, In-N-Out, hands down, 1,000% all day long over anybody else. Tyler, you're on the West Coast, I assume, or you got a different opinion?
I have a different opinion.
All right. What's your jam?
Well, I don't eat a lot of burgers, to be honest, but my favorite so far has been Wendy's.
What? Wendy's burgers are pretty dang good. I used to eat a lot in high school.
They've gotten a lot better over the years. Like they used to, like their buns used to just have no flavor and be like styrofoam, and their patties weren't that good. But now that they went to the like fresher model with their food, it's gotten a lot better.
But you know what? I mean, keep in mind, remember, I mean, Chuck, you don't know this, but Adam, you know this. I moved from like China just barely a year and a half ago, maybe almost 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I mean, we didn't have a lot of the chain stuff out, like we don't really have a lot of the Wendy's and the Dairy Queens out there. Mm-hmm. So Wendy's just happens to be something that's near my dad's place in Southern LA, and I just sort of liked it. But I will say that the best burgers I've had have always been in those kind of weird diners in the middle of nowhere. When they just throw things on the flat top, and it's just delicious.
Wendy's is not bad. I like that you can go in there and I can get like a 4-piece nugget. I can get a small fry. I can get a small like cheeseburger and a small chili and a drink for like $5. That's why I like Wendy's. I like their chili.
But for convenience sake, I'll go to a Burger King and just get a triple Whopper and a large fries and call it a day. You know, if I'm going for just complete size, you know, bigger than my head sort of burger, I'll get a triple Whopper.
So I like Burger King, and here's something. I'm a big stickler when it comes to the sauce because I like the nuggets at Burger King. I like the ones at McDonald's, but it drives me up a wall. If you get a 10-piece from McDonald's, they'll give you 2 sauces. If you go to Burger King and you get an 8-piece because they don't have a 10-piece anymore, they give you 1 sauce. Like, how do they figure you can use sauce for 8 chicken nuggets?
Yeah, that's not going to work.
No, it's not.
That's when you bring pocket sriracha.
Pocket sriracha.
I'm trying to get you on the outside.
Well, it drives me crazy though, because I'm like, all right, look, I'll pay for the extra sauce. Just throw it in the bag. Give me 2 more. Well, they charge me for the 2 more, but then they throw like 6 in there. I'm like, now why do I need 8 barbecue sauce for one 8-piece nugget? So
you use more sauce then. I don't know what to tell you.
We
try harder.
Yeah, we try harder.
So weird kind of tangent, lads. So this is my first ever appearance on any live podcast, live stream, whatever. And I just realized that there's a live comment section where people have been asking questions.
Guys, keep going over the right.
No, I just clicked. I saw the thing that said private chat because we're on the streaming interface. And I was like, what are live comments?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, look at all these people.
So Juan says that Wendy's has his favorite chicken sandwich, but it seems like most of the people on here are In-N-Out. Dave here in Houston, he says he likes Beck's Prime, which Beck's Prime has some fantastic hamburgers. Not really the fast food sort, but really, really good. Yeah, El Jefe, In-N-Out, Simply Textured, Five Guys. So it seems like there's mostly In-N-Out.
Oh, okay, Chuck, then can you sell me on In-N-Out? I've been there before, right? And I thought it was solid. It wasn't like, I found religion. So sell me on it. Why is it in your mind the greatest thing?
All right. So
my boy Aaron from Anchor's in the group chat now. I just saw him. There he is. Hey, Aaron.
I saw he said something about calling you timeless or something like that. I don't know what
timeless. I don't know. So anyway,
so for me with In-N-Out, I mean, with any burger joint, there's going to be like a bit of nostalgia, right? It's the place you grew up going to, or the place you long to go to as a kid. In-N-Out was always that for me. When you go to when you look at it as a purely burger perspective, they got the thin patty, which I love. Like a thin patty with crisp on each side is perfect. They don't do too much sauce. And then everything's just so fresh and perfect. Like you go to McDonald's, you go to basically any other fast food joint that I've been to, there's always a degree of uncertainty. Like you're going to order a Big Mac, you're going to order whatever you're going to get. And the place you get it in Southern California there's going to be a little bit of a difference between the one you get it like somewhere else in the country, anywhere else really. I think there's like a lack of dedication to the craft, if you will. Whereas In-N-Out, it's going to be exactly the same every single time, no matter where you get it. And it's always going to be fantastic. So like if I'm going on a road trip from San Diego to NorCal or going to like San Francisco or something, I'm guaranteed to stop at least once on the way at In-N-Out, both directions.
So let's say you like the simplicity and the uniformity of it. You just know what you're going to get.
I think that's a good explanation for sure.
Okay, that's fair.
But when it comes to like my ultimate burger, there's a joint down the road for me. It's a pizza place actually. And they have a burger that they call the Dirty Flat Top Burger. So it's a pizza joint.
What?
Dirty Flat Topper?
And the flat top is like maybe 2 foot by 2 foot. And they have a really nice fresh ground beef that I think is like a 70-30 mix between beef and fat. So it's a greasy little burger.
Oh, yeah, 70-30.
And they smash the heck out of it. And it's double patty with a garlic aioli or garlic mayo and a piece or 2 pieces of American cheese and like the cheapest, crappiest little bun that's like grilled on the flat top as well. And those burgers are absolutely insane to die for. My favorite burger I've ever had. There's no tomatoes, no extra vegetables on it. It's the garlic aioli, the cheese, and the meat, and the bun, and that's it. And that's honestly, it's amazing. It's the best burger ever. It's a good one. You can't eat it too often, that's for sure. But it's an amazing burger.
All right, well, you're making me hungry.
Yeah, you are. In-N-Out drives it cracks me up because you can't get in and out of there. It's always so busy that you're going to be. They should call it in and here for a while.
Yeah.
Oh,
especially right now. I think El Jefe was saying there's like an hour-long wait at his In-N-Out by him. Like they have their
just got in Houston, but they're like far away from me, and it's so delicious. I put the family in there. We drove over. It was like right before all the quarantine stuff happened, and we went and got one, and it's so good. They are really good. And on another side, a lot of people really like Whataburger down here, but I think that In-N-Out burger is better than Whataburger. But
that's Marky Mark's joint, right? Or Mark Wahlberg's spot?
Maybe. And I will say though that Whataburger has better fries. See, In-N-Out has really good burgers, but their fries
aren't good. You're right.
No,
I don't like the fries.
And I'm a big fry guy. I like fries. But I guess that's another good question. And Gregor's posted that one as well. He said asking what favorite fries are. As when it comes to fast food joints, I'm probably going to have to say that I like McDonald's fries the best. You got to eat them when they're perfectly fresh, though. You got like a 10-minute window after you order them, and then they just turn to dirt. But
yeah, scandalous opinion right there. Bold.
I hate to give it to McDonald's, but I love their fries.
Well, I mean, let's expand this discussion now that we spent 10 minutes talking about burgers. If you had to pick a fast, because I scrolled up the comments and I saw someone ask, if I liked Panda Express. So let's just expand this and ask, what's your guys' favorite fast food joint in just general?
That's a good one.
That is a good one. That's a hard one to answer too, because there's so many different places I like to eat. Oh shoot.
Well, if you had to pick one, it was your last meal sort of situation, and it can be just unhealthy. Like I would consider most unhealthy like it doesn't even have to be a fast food. It could be a dine-in sort of place, but just just kind of that kind of level.
The place that I've been eating at most recently that I would have to say is probably at the top of my list is if I were to have to pick one place, I would probably say Chipotle.
Oh,
Chipotle's solid. It's not a bad option.
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking like kind of in that vein, I mean, I didn't really figure that question encompass like Applebee's, which is not on my list, but I figured, fast places, chain restaurants, I'd have to go to Chipotle.
I would have accepted Applebee's, to be honest.
The great thing about Applebee's,
right?
Always open.
Does Applebee's have the Bloomin' Onion, or is that someone else?
That's Chili's and Outback.
So good.
Oh, Outback, but I don't think Outback falls into this category.
No, I don't think Outback is quite on the same level here.
Mm-hmm.
Pollo Loco, man, that place is good. Popeyes, Chipotle, smash fries. Oh, we got a KFC warrior here. Digital Slang likes KFC.
I mean, I used to be a big Buffalo Wild Wings guy until they changed. So there was one in downtown Seattle that I would always go to, to watch, well, now sports aren't really happening, so that's not really a factor, but they switched it up on me. Now they I don't know if it's, everywhere, but now they have kind of a cafeteria set up where you get like a little buzzer and you go collect your food and bring it back. So it's not really a restaurant anymore. It's more like reminds me of a cafeteria. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to not do that anymore.
It's not like that here. Oh, here we go. Cam knows what's up. I love Pollo Campero.
Where's that at?
So it's like do you know what Pollo Loco is?
Yeah.
So it's another one kind of like that, but it's like Brazilian. No, Salvadorian. I think it's Salvadorian chicken, and they're kind of streamlined. So like you go to Raising Cane's and you get just the chicken tenders. You go to Pollo Campero and you get they have grilled chicken or fried chicken, and then you can get like some sides with it. But that's like, they have like little chicken nugget things too, but those things are kind of sucky. But their grilled chicken and their fried chicken will get like half and half, and it is delicious.
Sounds fantastic. I think for me, like if it came to be, or if it was down to like just not necessarily national, because In-N-Out's not national, but like a big chain, In-N-Out for sure. McDonald's and all those guys, I can do, like, if I'm in a pinch, I'll eat it, but otherwise, whatever. But if it was like a fast food joint and it was like last meal, I'd say like a little tiny taqueria on the corner, like some abuela in the back room just making tacos and like pumping out fresh tortillas, like
butter
pot.
Loaded it up with spice.
What about you, Tyler? What's your go-to favorite?
Oh man, I mean, I don't know if you guys can be the judge on this one. I don't know if this classifies as fast food, but if there's a Denny's in the neighborhood, I will be at that Denny's.
Oh my god!
Are you going to Denny's at 5 p.m. or are you going to Denny's at like 2 a.m.?
I don't see why that's relevant, Chuck.
Fair.
I don't see why you're attacking my
American Diner.
I mean, in CES, there's a so we always stay out in old Vegas, and there's a Denny's out there. That's just where I'll be. I don't care what it is. I just love Denny's.
So what's your jam at Denny's then? What are you getting? Are you getting pie in the middle of the night, or are you getting?
He's a big slam kind of guy, I'm sure. You like a big slam?
I actually I get whatever I'm feeling at the time. I don't eat a lot. I don't eat desserts, so the pie's out right off the bat. So but normally I got the ribs last time, I think, and I was just kind of just loving it.
Ribs?
Yeah, I think they had ribs, or maybe CES, a lot of stuff happening in a very short amount of time. So
you might have been ribs somewhere else and then ended up at Denny's.
It was either a burger or ribs. I can't remember off the top.
They have a burger. I don't think Denny's is quite in the rib market. All right,
you never know.
Same vein. We've covered hamburgers. We've covered quick food. What is your all-time favorite kind of food? Whether it's Korean food, whether it's German food, whether it's American food. What's your favorite type of food? Period.
Man, you're just killing me. I'm starving right now.
I had the luxury of already eating, so I'm good.
Go for it, Chuck. What is your favorite all time?
I'm all over the place, man. I love cooking. So my favorite jam is to be like, let's find food from such and such country and a recipe and make it. Lately, I've been on an Afghan kick. So I've been doing a bunch of Afghani food, like Afghani spinach, Afghani pumpkin. There's a lamb dish that's really good. I don't know how to pronounce any of the recipes or names, so I'm not going to try to butcher it. But it's an amazingly good food. So I've been doing a bit of that lately. But this time of year too in San Diego, a lot of fresh fish. So fresh tuna, fresh yellowtail, dorado, all that. Like tiradito is really good. It's like a Latin American version of poke, kind of. It's incredible. Poke for sure, ceviches, all that kind of stuff. I do a lot of too.
Oh, yeah, that's dope. Yeah,
I'm all over the place. That's for sure.
Well, all right, you can go second now, Tyler. I'll book in this conversation. What's your favorite kind of food?
Yeah, bring up the caboose. I like Thai food a lot, but that's a little bit harder to get. I love almost anything I've had like this, especially the prawns that they have out there. But I think you could expand it out to I will eat almost anything if you put enough spice on it. Just like if I'm not tearing up and my nose is not running, I'm not having a good time. But also I'm kind of biased because again, since I lived in China for most of my life, I would say that most Chinese food is that I'll draw to, especially from the south of China, which is where my hometown is. So, dim sum, stuff like that.
Where are you from, Tyler?
I was born and raised in Hong Kong.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then I worked in Beijing before Anchor. Then I moved to Shenzhen where Anchor's office is. And then they transferred me out to our US office here. So this is still all relatively new for me.
Did you go to school in the US though? Because your accent sounds very American.
I went to university here for 4 years, but I had a very American upbringing.
Okay.
So my dad lives in Southern LA. So that's where I get my amazing, my accent from.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So come on, Caboose. What's your turn? Come on.
All right. So this is gonna be very anticlimactic because we've got Thai food and Chinese cuisine. We've got maybe a mixture of some fresh seafood and some fusion and some Middle Eastern fare. I like Tex-Mex.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Not just Mexican food, not taquerias. I like Tex-Mex. They put a certain spin on everything. It's like we took the best of both worlds and threw a Tex in front of it, and you cannot beat some Tex-Mex enchiladas. You can get Mexican enchiladas. You can get, I guess Spanish enchiladas maybe, but Tex-Mex is it for me. Especially it comes down to like the queso and the salsas and the chips. I love Tex-Mex.
What are the tenets of Tex-Mex cuisine? I'm not understanding this.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tex-Mex cuisine, it's like if you go to if you eat like at taquerias or authentic Mexican food, it's typically their own little regions. Like if you go to like one region in Mexico versus another one, like the food is a little bit different. With Tex-Mex, basically, if you go to any Tex-Mex restaurant, you're gonna have enchiladas, you're gonna have flautas, you're gonna have taquitos, you're gonna have chili con queso. Like I've been down to certain places in like Mexico. You go to Cancun or Cozumel, and you're like, hey, I want to get some queso or some cheese, and they bring you back like a skillet with like some Monterey Jack in it and some chips. Like would blend different cheeses together, throw different seasoning and some salsa stuff. It's a lot of it really just is the way that it's cooked. It's usually a little greasier, maybe a little less unhealthy, but it's a lot of enchiladas, tamales, but it's not like, let's say you go get a tamale, like a regular tamale. You just take it out of the husk and you eat it, pour some stuff on it. Ours will come with like chili and cheese sauce and then cheese on top of it as well. Like Tex-Mex is kind of what most other states try to do whenever you get a Mexican food restaurant, but it's just not as good.
Right. I still don't get it, but I'll take your word for it.
Americanized Mexican food, but it just tastes better here, I guess.
Okay. I got to come to Houston.
I could describe it. Like I've been to other places and tried to eat Mexican food, and it's like, one, they try to make it fancier than it is, and two, it's just bland. It's not very good.
Well, thank you for the thesis on that. I think I sort of get it now.
Well, I'll tell you what. One day, whenever you work your way over here to Texas, and I'll take you somewhere to go eat some Tex-Mex food.
Well, if I'm hauling my way all the way to Texas, I'm getting some of that brisket you sent me a picture of the other day, because that was by far the most aggravated I was that I couldn't have it.
Well, don't look at my Twitter feed tomorrow. In fact, you probably shouldn't look at my Twitter feed from today, because I made a brisket today, and tomorrow I've got more ribs and sausage on deck. So it's gonna be a lot of food tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, all right then. Weird flex, but okay, go for it.
Yeah, it's my thing. I like the barbecue.
Are you cooking on a pellet smoker, or are you doing like actual hardwood?
I'm using a pellet smoker. I have a regular smoker that I've used for years, but it's like 12 years old now and kind of dilapidated. So I could use it, but I don't need that much grilling space because it's really big. Like when all my family comes over, I'll use it because I need to make like 4 rib racks. I got to make a brisket. I got to make a smoked ham. I have, let me put this out there. I have 8 siblings. So there's 9 of us. And then my wife and I, we have 6 kids. My brother has 4 kids. My other brother has 3 kids. My other brother has 2 kids. So when all of us get together, it's like 35 people. Yeah, maybe more. And yeah, I mean, so 9 plus their significant others, that's 18. Yeah, it might be closer to 40 people when we all get together. So I will use both grills simultaneously and including my oven. So it's like I'll get up at like 4 in the morning or 2 in the morning. I'll have the brisket on the smoker. I'll move that to the oven. I'll put the ribs on this one or on the big smoker, and then I'll use this one out here for the ham. Like I'm cooking like 3 different places all at once.
You guys must need name tags and all that stuff if there's 45 of you out there.
There is a lot. And it's crazy too because my oldest niece is like 16 now, almost 17. Yeah, my oldest son is like 14 and a half. It's like I can remember, back to when we were younger and none of us were married, none of us kids, and now it's like I have a niece who's driving now. It's just it's mind blowing to me.
Do you guys do kind of fun activities where the families get pitted against each other sort of situation?
Not so much the families, but it's like if we have a get together prior to all these things going on, like we would get together for Mother's Day, for Father's Day, all these things. And it's like, we'll rotate whose house we do it at. And usually the men will play poker and like the women will play board games, or they'll talk about, I have like my wife and like 2 or 3 of my sisters-in-laws have like a little book club. Well, it's just like a nice opportunity. We like to get together fairly often. And then we do like a big family reunion thing, like 3 or 4 times a year. About an hour and a half later, all of my family on my mom's side lives, and my mom had 5 siblings as well, and they all have kids. So there's like probably 60, 70, 80 of us that get together like 4 times a year, and everybody brings food. It's outside, it's covered, and we just we get together and visit for the day.
That's crazy, man.
You guys could just make your own small town, pretty much.
We probably could. You probably could. It's a lot.
But Chuck, I think I jumped in a little bit too late. But what is your 4th of July plan?
Just hanging out at home, barbecuing. All the beaches in San Diego are closed. All the restaurants and bars are. So I have a couple buddies coming over with their girlfriends and sit in the backyard, barbecue some burgers, and pine for fireworks that we can't have in San Diego right now.
Yeah, well, you could just watch it on YouTube or something like that, I guess.
Exactly. It's different. But just hanging out. Nothing too exciting on my end. So
I got a message down here from Cam. I posted a picture when I went to the grocery store 2 days ago at a $350 grocery bill, for the family for the week. Now, it was a little inflated because I did buy the 4th of July food, which was like an extra $30 or whatever. But I had like the shopping cart looked like a double-decker bus because it's like I had stuff hanging off the back, had stuff on the bottom. It was like overflowing on the top. And it was funny because while I was at the grocery store, the poor little girl that was ringing everything up, she's like, well, do you need another basket? I'm like, I do this every week. I can get it all in the same basket. Don't you worry.
Oh, man. I can imagine.
Yeah,
I got to dip out, guys. Unfortunately, time to clean up the kitchen a little bit and grab some more food. I'll just talk about food right now. I'm starving. I need some more.
I didn't really plan on it being about food the whole time, but hey, it worked out.
Man, I'll take it all day. That's for sure.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Chuck. I appreciate it for sure.
Yeah,
and
I'm stoked to be here, Adam. I appreciate it as well. And Tyler, nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, you too.
I'm sure we'll cross paths at some point in the future.
Yeah, man, for sure.
All right, guys. Take it easy. Have a good night, guys. Have fun tomorrow.
You too, man.
All right, later.
So let me see here.
So now it's just you and me having a conversation.
Me and Tyler. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and post the link out here in the chat. Now, I can't get everybody on all at once, but if anybody else wants to come on and say hi for a minute and chit chat, I'm going to post this here and be brave. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, That's kind of two things that are real big with me. Is one is family, of course, and then two is food, and they kind of go hand in hand. I think. Sometimes I think maybe we're like a Greek family because everything revolves around food from what I know. At least if you watch the Big Fat Greek Wedding Show. But we're very food oriented here. It's all right. What are we gonna do? And the next question is like, what are you bringing?
Yeah, totally. I don't quote me on this, but there might be a saying about how, food, is really the bedrock on how the family interacts with each other. So totally understand that. But, it's just me living out here by myself. So I just don't have to, I don't have to make a pretty plate. I just got to make something edible.
Yeah, there is that too. I mean, sometimes it's like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and just walk into the pantry and grab whatever I'm going to eat for the evening. But it all depends. My food interests and tastes have kind of changed a little bit over the last couple of months since we've been locked up for so long, eating all the same food. So you get a little tired of that. Sometimes it's like I don't want to eat this anymore. But,
right.
But try to change things up here and there.
So here's a question I got for you, though, while we're on the topic of barbecues and stuff. What is the typical beverage you're supposed to drink on 4th of July barbecue? Because I can't, I'm assuming it's some sort of alcohol, but I can't have any because I just, I'm still a week from my surgery. So I can't until Tuesday. So what's your beverage of choice for the family?
My beverage of choice if I'm barbecuing is typically beer. That's like the great American pastime. And
but what brand though?
I like regular Budweiser, just regular full diesel Budweiser. I actually got some more people that want to hop on here. So we've got Carl and we've got Ivan.
Hey, what up?
Hey.
Howdy, gentlemen. How are y'all doing this fine evening?
Sorry,
I bought a lot of fireworks. I'm planning to, break the law.
Well, don't tell me that. don't put that on the chat.
What?
Carl is not going to break the law tomorrow. Carl's going to go to a centralized area put on by the city to watch.
Right.
Yeah. FBI, disregard that comment.
All right, guys. So if y'all barbecue, what kind of drink are you drinking while you're barbecuing for the 4th of July? Corona.
Blue Moon here. I do. It's just way too smooth for me to try anything else. Blue Moon all the way.
Blue Moon's good.
That's a good choice right there.
It's pretty smooth, I think.
I like Blue Moon on tap. Like I don't care for it so much in the bottle, but on tap it's delicious.
Huh. Interestingly, I've never tried it on tap. I sometimes would alternate with Stella Artois.
I like Stella.
Yeah, right. But my first choice is always Blue Moon. And then,
Stella's kind of my go-to.
Yeah.
Not everywhere has Budweiser. So, and I don't like Budweiser out of the bottle so much. Like I like it on draft. I like it in the can. I don't so much care for it out of the bottle. So if it comes down to bottles, I'm drinking Stella.
Okay.
We got a couple other people in here. Dom DCJ Reviews is a beer guy.
Yeah.
Aaron likes normal Budweiser. That's a good one. El Jefe likes Blue Moon. We got Marcel likes Sam Adams.
Yeah, all good choices. But I guess beer is like the thing that everybody's all about, except for the one Dr. Pepper and iced tea.
Yeah, well, I like Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is my favorite soda, hands down. And then iced tea. I mean, you can't go wrong with a nice gallon of sweet tea to go with your food.
Dr. Pepper. My wife loves it, and for some reason, I'm not a fan. She would go for that as an alternative if she can't get cherry Coke. I personally prefer I would call it Mexican Coke because
in the bottle with
right,
cane sugar? Yeah,
done with cane. Yeah. I remember I brought a bottle to work one day, and one of my coworkers just could not tell the difference. But for some reason, I could so tell the difference because I grew up drinking that. They were like, "No, it tastes all the same." I'm like, "No, it actually doesn't." But yeah, yeah, I'm usually just straight up Coke when it comes to the soda.
Yeah, I do like Dr. Pepper, but it is a little on the sweet side. Sometimes when I go places, sometimes the meal will dictate what kind of soda I want. Like if I go to Chipotle, I get Coke. Like I just like regular Coke with it because it's not as sweet. But sometimes if I'm just drinking one, or if I just like McDonald's, I have to have, my Dr. Pepper.
Right.
But there's certain things that I just want Dr. Pepper with. We got a couple other things down here, maybe in a slightly different vein. So Drew says here he likes Johnny Walker Double Black on the rock.
Yeah, Drew. Yeah, get it, Drew.
y'all have a liquor.
Oh, Drew pushing hard.
And Drew doesn't play around when the barbecue's going.
He does not.
Double Black, man.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the burgers get a little bit more rare as the time goes on.
I can't do that whenever I'm grilling, but I tell you what, I enjoy a nice glass of Scotch. Like when I was in law school, there's a bar right next door. So like I would go to school from like 5:45 in the afternoon till like 9:15 at night, and then like probably 10 of us would just walk half beaten down and half depressed from sitting through class for 4 hours to go over there. And it was a Scotch and whiskey bar. It's here downtown. It's called Reserve 101, and it's a great place. And they have you can get anything from a $5, $6 glass of Scotch to like $150. They say everything. And I felt bad one day because my buddy drank the more expensive stuff. And we'd been there for a little while. I was like, no, I got the next round. He's like, no, don't worry about it, buddy. I was like, no, that's fine. I got it. And, I was like, here, give me one and I'll pay for his. And it was like $65.
that was your first mistake, right?
But you could have been more aggressive telling me, like, you should have told me the reason why I shouldn't offer to buy that for you.
Oh, you should not.
Man, he played you.
So,
oh my gosh. Hold on one second here.
So those are liquor, your secret weapon to pass all the exam and test to be a lawyer, right?
The more time you spend at the bar, the better prepared you are for the bar exam.
I mean, I could be a lawyer now.
Actually, that was my philosophy for the first bar exam. And then I didn't pass that one. So I had to go to the bar less to pass the bar the second time.
I need to go to law school with my wine liquor so I can be a lawyer, just get drunk twice a week.
Yeah. Oh,
if you want to take a second here, I've got a couple of people that did some super chat, so I want to acknowledge that real quick. So I've got Big John Tech Reviews, $2 there. Thank you very much. And then $20 from Big John, who says, "Oh, dang, wrong amount." I don't know if the $20 was the wrong amount or what. If it was, just direct message me on Twitter and I'll refund it back to you later. But I appreciate the sentiments, gentlemen.
Adam, excuse me. I need to grab my phone. You know why Big John put a $20? Because we are in a game.
Okay.
You're in a game?
Well, this just the plot thickens.
Right, it does, doesn't it?
Carl's gonna have some explaining to do when he comes back.
Man, this live stream started off so innocuous, talk about video games and barbecues, and now we're some weird Hunger Games level.
Right. And he has to come back to explain.
Yeah. Game's on, Big John. Let me tell you.
Oh, goodness gracious. So
what's this game?
Here, hold on 1 second.
Game. Every time I'm gonna put a super chat 1 cent more than Big John.
So one thing real quick, I've got somebody who has wanted their question answered. So this gentleman here with regard to the Blackberry Porsche, I don't see myself making a video on the Blackberry Porsche because I would have to go buy one and they're not cheap. I had one before. So if you have questions that you want, you can feel free to email me. My email's down in my video description. If you got questions on it, because I did have the Porsche P9982 and the Porsche P9983. I've had both of them. So if you have any questions, then feel free to, you can ask me there and I'll try my best to tell you about them. But I don't see myself making another video because I have to buy another one. And they're like $400-$600.
Okay. Now, can I ask you a question, Adam? And feel free not to answer if you don't feel like it. How did you get? How did you end up so deep into Blackberry? Because you do a ton of very thorough reviews on them. And I know today it's more of a chill night. We're talking about everything. I always wondered if you you were a big BlackBerry fan before, this whole YouTube,
Yes.
or if you just picked up one end.
So I have been, and if you go back and look at my very first video I ever made was an unboxing of the BlackBerry Key 1. And that's when I started my YouTube channel. So I have been using BlackBerry since the year 2005.
Wow. Okay.
I've always loved BlackBerries.
BlackBerry, gotcha.
Always had them. And it was cool back then because back in like 2004, 2005, they just came out available for consumers, because before that, they were mostly enterprise, professional, business associated, stuff like that. I got one through AT&T, and I was paying $120 a month for my home plan for the BlackBerry, and then the data plan, like the $40 special BlackBerry data plan, so I could have my email and stuff everywhere. And it was cool. Being in the military, I'd be out in the field a lot. I would be out on my post, doing my security job work. Having the internet and having the ability to communicate through email and things like that out in the middle of nowhere was great. Plus, they just had the best keyboards. I mean, if you looked at the other popular phones at the time, it was like a Razor. You were just typing numbers.
Right.
So I had that BlackBerry back then, and then went to the Pearl. I had several Pearls. Those lasted me for a while. I never had a Bold. I moved over briefly to iPhone because I was tired of BlackBerry not having 3G phones. They just had 2G phones, and it was kind of useless. So then I went to iPhone for a little while I was deployed to Kyrgyzstan in 2010. I came back, and then I got the Samsung, no, I got an HTC My Touch that I used. Then I got a Samsung Galaxy S3. Then I got to the BlackBerry 10 devices. So I first started using them in 2005 and used them on and off for the last 15 years. So it's just, I don't know how in the world, because all these BlackBerry phones, I did unboxings, I did first impressions, I did reviews over the last 3 years. And then like in March, they just took off, and some of them just took off out of nowhere. Yeah. I mean, and I was like, okay, well, cool. Now people want BlackBerry.
Right? Yeah. Wow. That's definitely a pretty interesting, history behind that. But that explains a lot. Definitely does.
Yeah. I've been using them for absolutely forever. So it's not one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, I just decided I like BlackBerry. I got like 20 of these suckers.
I would imagine. I mean, to me, like the BlackBerry guy, if it comes to, if you're looking for anything, regarding the BlackBerry, you would be the guy for sure.
Maybe so. It seems to be that way.
I mean, I've done some searches, and the first, channel that pops up is yours. So it's definitely the guy.
I'll take it. So what's going on, Carl? You and Big John Tech Reviews. You said you're playing a game.
Yes.
What game are you playing?
And every time he's gonna put a super chat, I will, just take over his place by adding one more cent. We're gonna.
That's messed up, Carl.
Okay, that makes sense. And now, so Big John, $20. I appreciate that. Harmless Carl as well, another $20. So thank you, Carl.
Man. You know I'm gonna do this.
Wait.
Okay, here, let me put this out here. Y'all don't have to do that. We're just hanging out, so you don't need to keep depositing money. The real one up is going to be, we'll find out who's using an iPhone in a minute when we see $99.99, and then Carl has to one up him with 100 even. Oh, goodness.
So what is a super chat, though? Explain, again, new to streaming. So what's a super chat all about?
So super chat, if you look over on the side, do you see like the one Big John Tech Reviews did for $50 right here? It's like highlighted in red.
Yeah.
If you do a super chat, it basically puts it in big color and bolded out like that, and it shows the amount and lets everyone see what they said. So it kind of a way to stand out. And yes, thank you, Big John. Thank you so much for that. Like I said, totally not necessary, but thank you very much all the same.
Well, get it. So basically, it's just like a way to get your comment more noticed, but you put money behind it, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a way to get your comment noticed because, like, we're doing this live stream. There's a lot of comments and stuff that go on the feed down there. So some of it kind of gets lost in the way. So it helps it stand out. But I guess, it's kind of a way to help support the channel as well.
Yeah, got you. Well, now you can get a few more bratwursts.
I got to go tell my wife. It's like, honey, forget those sirloins. I'm getting ribeyes tomorrow.
Carl, what'd you say?
I say, Taylor, when you do live stream, you also need to have your phone muted, but open the YouTube. It's so much fun. It's so much convenient. You can saw everything and everything people doing there.
I didn't know there was a live comment section, so I just opened it up and I saw just a lot of messages. So
I messed up with people with super chat all the time.
Well, thank you both of y'all. That's crazy.
Big John, you better stop. I'm having baby boy.
Big John, keep going, because Carl just bought what do you have there? A Panamera, a Porsche? I'm not sure what it was.
I drive ice cream truck.
The
phone case business is competitive. That's a company in Georgia. They are targeting on me. They fake out all the reviews. They bought the case and return that. So Amazon keep, banned my listing. And you guys know what company they are, though. So I have to work as a ice cream truck driver. Texas is pretty hot.
Hey, so if you use that Tesla, just put the little siren on the Tesla, and you can hand out ice cream cones.
Yeah,
it's better for the environment.
Music.
Oh, we got a Bionic Scoop here as well. Howdy. If you can hear us, well, he's muted right now.
Yeah.
Well, if you can hear me, you can always unmute your mic whenever you get ready to talk. Greg can attest to that. I've gone on his show before, and he muted me for something, and I'm like, all right, I'm back, and just unmuted myself. He's like, oh, all right, just go ahead and unmute yourself. If y'all keep at this super chat thing, I may be able to buy that Blackberry Porsche.
You're gonna buy a Blackberry Porsche?
Have a Porsche edition, right?
I'm not going to buy one. I've had some before, but yeah, it's just frustrating trying to use a BlackBerry 10 device now because it doesn't have a lot of the support for apps. It's kind of slow. The browser is clunky. It keeps popping up with this stupid thing all the time, so I can put my password again for my email. They were great and they were amazing, and I totally loved the BlackBerry 10 devices. And like I said, I had them all. I had the BlackBerry Z10, the Q10, the Z30, the Classic in all three colors, the Passport in 3 different colors. I had so many of them, but then it comes to the Porsche devices. I got them towards the end of life for the operating system, and I totally loved them. But going back and trying to use one now, if it were just for text and phone calls, that would be great, but nobody just uses text anymore. I'm on Slack. I'm on Twitter. It doesn't support Twitter anymore. I use Google Hangouts for my work. I use Signal. If I could get all those chat services on BlackBerry, I would gladly still use one of the Blackberries. Now, what I typically use now is my BlackBerry Key 2 because it runs Android, and I can still use all those things.
Yeah.
I don't care about the games. I don't care about apps. I need the communication platforms. I have to use some of them for work. So
cool.
That's just you could buy that phone, or you could buy an extra slab of meat for your barbecue tomorrow. So I don't know.
I can go get filet mignon now with all the super chats. I've got another dinner here. So we've got Big John.
Hey, Big John.
What up, Big John?
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
Howdy. So is this something that y'all do all the time, you and Carl, bombarding people's chats with super chat raises?
Yeah, we always want to support the channels. So
yes,
that's how we show our love for our tech community.
Yes, indeed.
Well, certainly appreciate it. And
you're welcome.
Glad to have y'all as part of the community. So y'all have any big plans for the 4th of July tomorrow?
No, not me, myself. Just taking it easy, chilling out, so. Carl, what about you?
Fireworks, illegal fireworks.
No
more illegal fireworks.
It's a fireworks, and I'm gonna cook whole day. So we're gonna have authentic Chinese food, hot pot tomorrow. The 12 o'clock with my friends and my sisters, and then I are gonna cook. Before before I turn myself into case maker, I work in Chinese kitchen, so I'm like a professional chef.
I saw. I've seen a lot of stuff that you posted with the quality of food that you have. Your food looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It's authentic.
Wow, that's good stuff.
Now, I have a question here I want to answer. So, Aaron asks, do I think physical keyboards will ever come back to phones? I think that there's probably, at least for the foreseeable future, going to continue to be some sort of manufacturer that will make one. I mean, I can look right here. I've got my Unihertz Titan, which is like a Android Passport kind of knockoff phone made by Unihertz, and it has a physical keyboard. It works just fine, but it's not a Blackberry keyboard. And the Blackberry keyboard is what I care about. I like the layout. I like the efficiency. I like the continuity from phone to phone. Using this and then switching back and forth kind of gives me a headache. But I'm hoping, and here's the thing, the TCL licensing agreement, which is what BlackBerry Mobile has been making their phones under for these years, is ending on August 31st. We're not getting a Key 3. We're not getting another Key series device. They're not making any more. But once that licensing agreement is up, BlackBerry is free to enter into another licensing agreement. I don't know if they're going to. I doubt they're going to start making phones on their own because they've transitioned to a software and security services-based company. So it's just one of those things. I think that somebody will continue to make some sort of a keyboard phone, whether it's a $150 phone or a $400 phone or what. My biggest concern is whether BlackBerry will ever re-engage and, ever have any prominence again, at least enough to serve the niche community that it has. I hope so, but at the end of the day, your guess is as good as mine at this point.
I'm just waiting for phones to get so big they just basically become laptops with keyboards. You just carry those around.
Just pull it out, carry it on your back like the skateboard kids in the 80s. Just pull the phone out and open it up.
Oh man, no! I'm thinking of like Cloud from Final Fantasy with that huge sword, like that level of size, basically.
like the giant sword from like the Final Fantasy guy.
Yeah, that pretty much. Yeah,
I would.
That's how big I want this keyboard to be.
Yeah, that's. I mean, nowadays they're so big. If you think back to, I don't know, let's say 8-10 years ago, when the normal size phone, well, that size doesn't even exist today, but normal size phone, you think of like the 4S, and then when we jumped onto like the iPhone 5, and you thought, man, this thing is huge. You look at the regular size, look at like the 11 Pro, it's like, dude, this thing is, it's like what we used to call a phablet back in those days. Remember when Samsung pushed out that first phablet and people were like, oh, what is this? This is too big.
Yeah. Once the 5-inch barrier is when they started calling them phablets.
Yeah. And now the new normal is pretty much what we used to call phablets. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a difference between, I got a new phone for the first time in like 4 years. Earlier this year, I got one of the iPhone 10s, and I dropped it on my face when I was in bed once, and I was like, wow, concussion.
That hurts, Taylor.
Yeah.
Drop an iPad on the face.
Oh, no.
No. That one I used two-hand grip.
That'd be a real awakening. You get in there and you're holding the tablet up like this, and you doze off, and wham. Right.
Oh man, sometimes you just pass out when you're reading something, and then boom, you lose some teeth.
Oh man!
I had told people in my review on this one, because this sucker's built like a tank. It weighs like 2/3 of a pound, and it's got like metal framing on the sides, like this hard rubber. I was telling people, I was like, do not drop this on your face when you're using it in the bed, because it will leave a mark.
Oh, good. So I won't get that phone. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. If you're prone to dropping your phones on your face, don't buy this unless you've got a good plastic surgeon.
Right.
Right.
Another phone that was heavy that kind of surprised me was when I bought my iPhone 11 Pro Max.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I was used to my Galaxy Note 10 Plus, which I thought was, it's a big phone. Then you get the 11 Pro Max, and that thing is like, I mean, it's not twice the size, but it feels like it's twice the weight of the Note 10 Plus. It's just crazy. They are heavy nowadays.
Yeah, I actually don't. I actually don't like the iPhone for that reason. Oh, Jeff's here.
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
man?
were you sitting there long?
Hey.
Was it like
I just been hanging out, listening to the conversation. It's all good.
Maybe I have to have the paid subscription for like 10 people because I just
I didn't know that. I thought it was opened up for everybody. Oh, that's crazy.
What's his name? Bionic Scoop. I just kicked him out because he never hopped on, and then I just saw you sitting there. I'm like, so maybe if I don't have, because I don't see any more people there, I'm assuming that I have to have like the subscription or something. So
Maybe if he jumps back in, we can see if we can bring him in.
Oh yeah,
You can
that's
kick
a good
me
one to
out.
check. Mhm.
You can kick me out when he's back.
Did he kick himself out? What happened?
No, I was just screwing with him.
He's just missing. I think he was just waiting.
Hold on here. You see, Bionic Scoop is still sitting there, and it shows that I can't unmute him. Come on, Carl.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with Bionic Scoop. Maybe he's having problems, but
I think Scoop is stuck in that situation. You know, when you're talking to like your grandparent, you're like, "Grandpa, you have to click unmute. I can't." I think he's in that situation.
Hey, it's possible, man. It's
I wish
completely
I knew.
possible.
See, I wish I knew if other people were waiting there because I had other people that were gonna hop in. So
There's a in settings. You could set a chime so when somebody pops in, it'll warn you.
It'll show. I've been on a stream where 6 has been the max, and it'll show a bunch of other people down below waiting to come in. So
let me see where it's at. Guest play sound when guests enter. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it's like a doorbell.
Let me try this again. All right, so nobody's waiting there. Oh, Carl's waiting there.
There he is.
You can see whenever I'm like, oh, boop.
Oh man,
just lurking.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I wish I knew if there was anybody else because I had a bunch of people that were.
Carl, where's your microphone, Carl?
What's microphone? Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah, you were back there. I was like, where's your microphone?
So, hey, Jeff, will you go to the I think that's a place they have a huge firework near your place, right?
Well, they used to, yeah, but not this year.
But they canceled this year.
Canceled everything, bro. It's California, man. They shut it all. They shut it all down.
It gone.
But we have a full illegal fireworks show nightly in my neighborhood for the past 6 weeks. Be prepared to hear it through the mic because they've already started. So while I was waiting in the lobby, they were already going off.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Tech Odyssey doesn't endorse any of the views on illegal fireworks.
I endorse nothing when it comes to the word illegal in anything.
He said that earlier too. So
I encourage everybody here to be law-abiding citizens and to live and operate within the confines of the statutory guidance of your state.
That's right.
Well,
yeah, that should be enough.
I can tell everybody firsthand to please, if you're shooting fireworks, be careful.
That's right.
Yeah.
Firsthand, because right here, lost my eye, pins in my hand, blew my thumb completely off.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
From
That's
shooting
terrible.
for the kids. Yep, 2007 New Year's Eve.
Oh my God.
Sorry,
Yep.
Man.
Just be careful, folks. That's all. Yeah.
Oh man.
And the thing when it comes to fireworks too, it's like you use them for years and years and years, and it's not a respecter of persons. It doesn't matter if you're done it 40 years or it's your first time.
Mm-hmm.
You can even see like it was a football player, Jason. Was it Pierre Paul or he was a lineman for the Giants and he like blew off like 3 of his fingers like 2 seasons ago or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. No,
Pierre Paul maybe.
Grant
things
want
happen,
me
man.
to play the game again. Grant, no, I'm not going to play the game anymore.
No more donations. I appreciate it. I really do, but
no more donation.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you guys can hear it?
Hey, Grant.
yeah, it popped it this time.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can add him now. It's limited to 6 people, so I got to upgrade. Well, I'll use the money I'll give you to upgrade.
That's it, man.
No, it's cool. I gotta duck out, lads. It was great to chat with all of you, but I gotta go make some food because we talked about Burger King a while ago, and now I'm just.
Hey, that's it, man.
Well, thank you, Tyler. Certainly appreciate you stopping by. It was great to visit with you again. Haven't seen you since CES. So,
did I meet you at CES? I don't know, man. I know I met Adam.
I don't think you met me.
Okay.
But there's a lot going on. Next time, for sure, if CS is going on, we can all chat and stuff like that for sure.
Oh, absolutely, man.
All right.
Yeah, I've known Tyler for years. We just finally got to meet each other at CES. So thanks a lot. Enjoy your food, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, man. Next time for sure. See you later, lads.
See you.
Have a good day.
Glad to see you, man.
All right.
Yeah, Tyler's great people. He's one of the first people that ever worked with me when I started doing review stuff. So before I started making videos, I wrote I wrote articles in the community review team for like Blackberry and iMore and Android Central. Like you can go there into the community review section and like you can see tons of them. I've written like 200 of them. And even like the first year I did videos, I was writing articles and also doing videos simultaneously because a lot of the people that I worked with, it was under the pretense that I was writing them for like Android Central or whatever. So it wasn't like, hey, I'm just going to quit writing articles and shift to videos because that wasn't really fair to them. So I was doing a lot of that. And Tyler is like one of the first two people I ever worked with, like from like almost 4 years ago now.
Oh,
and
wow.
So he and I have known each other that long. And he used to handle the stuff for Anchor then. And he's since worked his way up higher. He's not handling all the day-to-day stuff anymore. But yeah, he's a good guy.
Nice. That's cool, man.
Yeah, I was going to say earlier, I seen all y'all at CES, but y'all were there and I was watching on YouTube. So.
Oh yeah, that was wild, man.
Adam, this is how I met you. This is how I met you. I mean, this is how I interact with you. I found you on the Android Central. I mean, the iMall, and I sent you an email, and I found out you have a YouTube. I said, "Oh, that's great."
Yes,
remember that?
I do remember that. Yes.
And it's been a love story ever since.
Don't say
Carl's all grown up and he's ice cream truck now. Ice cream truck Carl driving Teslas.
I know, ice cream truck.
He's come a long way.
I think the scoop is in, but
yeah, I don't know what the problem is. He's hopped in like 3 times, but his audio just is not working. So I don't know what the deal is. And I'll leave it there unless somebody else pops in, since I can hear the notification and see them staged there now.
By chance, do you got him muted where he can't unmute it?
No, I've even tried clicking unmute and it says can't unmute your guest because they chose to mute themselves. So I don't.
Oh, okay.
It's got to be an audio issue on his end.
Yeah, because he's tried to hop in a few times. One thing real quick here. I've got 2 other super chats. One from Grant. Thank you very much. Happy 4th to you as well. And then Carl, another 10. Are you starting your game again?
Carl, you win tonight.
Carl wins. Carl has bought the win. So I saw Jeff, you were hanging out over on Viper's thing before this, and I'm glad you reminded me earlier because I knew. I guess it did start at 7, but I guess it kind of ran for a long time, so I bumped mine back to 9 because I didn't want it to overlap. But he had like all 10 people on there, and he had like Renee Ritchie and a bunch of other guys in there. It looked like a good time. I hopped in for a little bit and hung out in the chat.
Yeah, no, it was cool, man. It's surprising. It worked surprisingly well. Like we were all wondering what it was going to look like because with 9, it looks like this. It looks like Brady Bunch style, and then when it went to 10, it went 4, 4, and then 2 on the bottom. So it threw off our OCD. But it's so uneven. Spot. It's like just make it 12. Let's just go 12. Like if you're gonna go 9, go 12. But
yeah, Easy Computer Solutions had 7 or 8 the other night. It looked weird,
Yeah. It's like an uneven split for some reason.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like 6 works pretty well, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, but it was cool. It worked pretty well, man, and it was a good time. That was all shenanigans. That was all shenanigans on that stream. There was no, like, we just kind of work one topic and then go into another tangent and then work into another tangent, and yeah, it was all shenanigans. So it was a good time.
Yeah, I saw like Max was over there, Renee was over there, Bender, a whole bunch of y'all guys. So I know there's a lot of tech stuff going around, and this one, it's like, of course we're all tech people, but I wanted to try something a little bit different, and like, let's just go and hang out, talk, visit.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Yeah, you can't do any of that stuff anymore. It's like it's just great being able to like talk to people.
Yeah, no, I know, man. That's one of the things. Like, if I do a live stream on my channel, it's guaranteed, because I'm niched in so heavily that if I go live, it's literally going to be, 50 people asking me headphone questions.
Yeah.
So that's just how it works. But sometimes it's kind of cool. Like, I've done streams where I've just brought in other people. I've had Travis and Viper and Zach and other people come on and stuff, and it just kind of to change up the conversation, because just to do something a little bit different. So
yeah, and I think Carl was saying, like, there's more dislikes than likes on the video whenever it started. I don't know if it's still that way, but people probably thought, and the way that I put it out there, it was not so much tech related, but there might have been some people expecting to see things about phones and then was surprised that it wasn't things about phones.
It's possible, but there's also dislike bots, bro, and don't even worry about it.
Yeah,
you will come up. I think we have more likes right now. Yep.
Well, that's good.
Just 10.
Huh?
We have more upvote right now.
Oh,
yeah,
well, there we go.
It's no worries, man.
I'm not particularly worried about it. I mean, it's my channel, so
that's right. That's right.
Yes.
I mean, I'm here because I wanted to do something.
Amazon live stream anymore. Every time you're pushing me to buy all the earbuds, headphone, everything.
Man, I'm surprised, man. I'm still waiting for the harmless Carl buds, man. Where's the harmless
not
buds?
ready yet.
When the harmful Carl buds were hurting too many people's ears, they were harmful Carl buds.
It'd be
Hey, Carl, was that the key words? Not ready yet?
I'm not ready yet.
Is there something coming?
Because if you're going to Bluetooth stuff, you have way much competition, so you need to have a lot of money and a lot of guts stuff. But the money is best because we are Amazon seller. I just try to be frank with you guys. Amazon seller, everyone's compete on a review, so they do whatever they can to get the reviews.
Yep.
And you
it's
come
a lot of fake.
Pay money for marketing stuff.
Yep.
I don't think I'm that much good, so I'm good with what I'm right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing great, Carl.
But if it's good, like nobody knew about the Feel T1X. A lot of people didn't know about them, and then a few of us got our hands on them, and we were like, "Whoa, like this is crazy!" And then I put out a video in March, and I think GameScoop put out his video a month or two before that. But with both of our videos taking off at the same time, their Amazon store sold out. They resupplied in a couple weeks, sold out again. Wow. So yeah, I mean it's and that's when it started. Like people started buying them, and they started reviewing them. And they're like, "Hey, this is actually really good." So I mean, if it's a good quality, now they're not perfect, but if it's a good quality product, then
they're fantastic for the price. I'm actually working on my review on them right now, and I am very, very impressed with these for the price.
Yeah. Like I said, they're not perfect, but for $50 plus they have an app. You don't get a lot of $50 earbuds that have an app.
You don't get a lot of $100 earbuds that have an app.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I was really surprised because at first it didn't work. There was a chunk of time where their app was off of the Google Play Store. And then it came back. So now it's working now. So
as long as it works.
Yeah, exactly, man. But no, I get what Carl's saying though, man, because with Amazon vendors and stuff, there's a lot of it's sad because I don't know if you guys get them, but I get a lot of offers like to pay me to write reviews on Amazon. And I'm like, I'm not putting my name on that. Crazy? Like, I'm not putting my name on that. So it's like, no, dude. So I'm not doing that. It's not worth it. Like, I'm not hard up for cash like that. Where I gotta sell my. Here's the worst part about it, right? Where they want me to sell my integrity, but they want me to sell my integrity for like $50. I'm like, no.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, $50. You give us a 5-star rating and leave us a review on Amazon, and we'll pay it.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Nah, man. So, hey, Grant, man, I appreciate that, dude. Seriously, that's helpful, man. But yeah, no, it's yeah, man. You get offers like that, so you got to watch out with that stuff too, man. Thankfully, not everybody's like that, but there are some, and they'll hit me up and they're like, "Yo, we want to pay you for this," and it's like, man, I'm good. What was that?
Yeah,
I think maybe you're saying he's leaving. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But I don't really want to promote my business anymore right now because I just treat myself like a tech enthusiast and YouTuber. Even I don't really make a lot of video. I keep watching how to make a film. I pay money about how to, make shot good videos, but I rarely do that. I just watch. I think I'm done. But anyway, I want to separate my personal hobby from my business. That's a lot of way to do business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, man.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be difficult to try and have a business and then try and do YouTube videos at the same time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially how depends on how seriously you take it too, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're at where I'm at with it and how I'm doing my channel and everything, it's a huge portion of my time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially a second full-time job.
Yeah.
So.
That's pretty much what mine is. It's a ridiculous amount of work that I put into this stuff. So yeah, it was like a hobby, and then it was like a part-time job, and now it's like a full-time job after my full-time job.
Yep.
And there's a lot of trolls go after you guys.
Things I don't worry about.
Yeah, I don't even sweat it, man, because the thing is, I have yet, now mind you, I've been doing this for 3 years, and I've had all kinds of trolls, all type of racist, all types of everything. And there has not been one person that has even cracked the top 10 worst things I've heard to my face. On like nobody said anything worse than things I've already heard to my own face in person. Right. So it's just like, you guys ain't got, like, that's the best you got. I don't bother with that though. Like, I don't want to egg them on, because that's literally when they'll say something like they'll try to be smart. I'm just like, that's all you got? Yeah. Like, bro, come back when you build up your powers. So
I love when they write like the really long ones, and I'm like, man, that must have taken a long time for him to write.
Delete, hope you copy and paste it.
He had to copy and paste it.
Yeah, you copied and pasted it.
Type it up in Word document and then copy.
Because I actually seen a guy that was trolling on a bunch of different channels, and he kept saying the same thing. It was a pretty good paragraph, and I knew he was copy and pasting it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do that, man. I'd be like, listen here, paragraph, Paul. I hope you copied and pasted that. So, right. Yeah, hey, you got the old. Okay, cool. You got the troll taken care of. I don't have the wrench, man. So I couldn't take care of it for you.
Yeah,
I got I don't even know how that stuff works.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to talk to you about that offline and figure out how that stuff works. I don't have this is not something I do frequently. I mean, I know Dan and I do our live stream on Wednesday, but this is the first time doing something like this. I might try it again next week. As long as people enjoy it and have a good time, and it's just show up and hang out. I mean, it's just I think it's a nice opportunity to have, instead of sit at home on Friday night and visit with some people.
Yeah, no, for sure, man.
That's what I do on my Monday night stream. It's we talk tech and stuff, and El Jefe's been around. He's seen us before. He's on there. He pops by. It's just basically having fun and talking tech, and then whatever else might come along, like your segment earlier with the food and stuff and the barbecue. It's just a bunch of good tech people just having a good time, enjoying each other's company.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I was actually, so that's why I didn't jump on at the beginning, because I jumped off a Viper stream, and then Adam started his, and we had to get our dinner together, and so I just basically we made the food and ate, and then I was like, all right, I'll be back in a little bit. Let me jump in Adam's stream for a while. Yeah. Hey, he's back. Tech 702 is in the building.
What did you miss? Well, you missed all the food conversation.
Yeah.
So I did a thing on Twitter earlier today, and it was funny because Red Romina, she did one, and she's like, describe your favorite movie, like, as boring as possible. Did you see that? So I did one on there with what was it? Aliens is what it was, and what did I say? I'm trying to remember verbatim. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so it was like, she said, can you describe your favorite movie as boring possible? I said, space miners find alien eggs and die because of poor life decisions. Talking about the Aliens movie. I mean, I guess maybe it's not boring. Someone's like, well, that's not really boring. I'm like, well, compared to the movie, it's pretty darn boring. I mean, I don't really know how else I could describe it. They're in space, they find aliens, they die. And it doesn't. But yeah, I did maybe you gentlemen know your own good dad jokes, but I did one. I was like, here, I'm gonna go ahead and post a dad joke, and then go ahead and put one up there as well. So I'll share this one with you gentlemen. And why do nurses like red crayons the most because sometimes they have to draw blood.
Yeah.
Oh.
You and these dad jokes, Adam.
I enjoy that one more than I think a lot of other people do. But there were some good ones. Like here's one that Luke Pollock, Techno Minute, put on there. Have you heard about the restaurant on the moon? The food is great, but there's no atmosphere.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's a lousy joke, man.
it's like this thing. And at work, the ladies I work with, they're always like, "Here," it's like, "Oh, dad jokes, dad jokes, dad jokes." I'm like, I have like a treasure trove of children. It is a thing, and like dad jokes are a thing now. And yeah, I walked into the kitchen the other morning, and my kids are so used to it. And I said, "Hey, I got some new jokes this morning, or I got 3 new jokes this morning." And my son, being quick-witted, was like, "What? The 3 of us at the table?" I'm like, "Well, I guess you got a point."
I think one of them actually became super trendy. I'm not sure if any of you guys is on TikTok. I have an account there, but I started using it like maybe 2 days ago. I mean, when I first created the account, I was on TikTok for maybe about an hour, and then the next time I used it was a couple days ago when I went on there. And there's this hashtag trending. It's called "Don't Leave Me." I mean, I'm not going to go into the details. You have to kind of Google it and see what's happening with it. And it's been crazy. It's essentially a dad joke. So you would come up with something as silly as, I don't know, if you're holding something and you would ask, your friend, say, "What am I doing?" And your friend would say, you hold. And then you'd be like, "What's that?" They could say, "That's a house." And then you say, "Household." And then you run. It's like really dumb, but it's really trending right now. If you check, it's been like billions of views. Yeah, it's. I think CNN even wrote an article about it. It's been going viral like crazy over the past couple of weeks. Just another example of like dad jokes going super far.
I don't know what people's feelings are on TikTok. I know there's some stuff going on right now where people are concerned about it being able to access information on the phone that recently came out.
Yes.
I don't really use TikTok. It's just my imagination and my brain is not geared towards making entertaining little 30-minute snippets to put on the internet about
you and I both. You and I both.
I see these things that people do, and I'm like, well, that's really corny, but I can see why people enjoy it. And then I see some stuff, I'm like, how did you even come up with the idea to do that? I'm not that entertaining. I mean, my life goes from like coffee to Call of Duty, and there's a couple things in between, during the day with tech and work and family. But I talk a lot, but I'm not a very entertaining person.
I mean, I think even beyond that, it could just be that TikTok is not your thing. When I first created my account, I was on there for about an hour, and it kind of just reminded me of that whole phenomenon, the Vine phenomenon. I don't know if you remember when they were doing like Vine.
I think it's made by the Vine people.
Oh, it is. Oh, I didn't even know that. So I was on there for maybe an hour, and then kind of just like going through video after video, but I didn't really see myself doing that. And many of them I just didn't find really funny. I was just like, well, I guess I'm not a 13 or 14-year-old. Maybe that's why I don't find this funny. And this was like months ago. And then I've never went back until like a couple days ago again when I went back. And I was, let me just see what's happening here. And I saw this. But yeah, I'm just like you, man. TikTok, it's just one of those things I can't seem to wrap my head around. I can't seem to really get into.
TikTok, to me, is one of those things where it's like, it's mildly entertaining to the point where like I'll just keep watching them, and like I'll be laying there in my bed looking at it on the phone, and then it's like, God, where did these 45 minutes go? I have nothing to show for it, but sitting here watching this stream of videos, it drives me crazy. It is very good at what it does, which is designed to keep you there tuned in for as long as possible. But as far as me making content for it, it's just nothing that I can get.
Yeah, I've never even been over there to look at it. Check it out.
Yeah. And in that same article you mentioned, well, that may be the same article I read. They were saying that TikTok would actively push out your content just so that you could get kind of a taste of that, short-term popularity, right? And then you would then start making more. Even though the first one, they were really, really, really helping you. You know how normally, if you're going through YouTube, then you have the whole algo examining everything to make sure that they're pushing that to the right people. But TikTok would actually go out of their way to make that first or those first few videos of yours really popular, just to get you to stick with it and just keep going. Yeah.
Give you that short-term success for that dopamine hit, so you can keep coming back and feeling like you're going to be successful.
Right.
I think TikTok, it's all about you need to find something you're really good at. For example, I think Dan gonna be popular on TikTok. He's British. He know how to curse. Still be funny. Dan
is just a entertaining human being.
Yeah.
He's one of those people, and you can sit down and
see there.
Yeah, he's one of those people that's like, he can talk about anything and find a way to make it entertaining. Whereas me, it's like I could be as educational and informative as in the world and like not entertaining. It's just
no, Adam, you will be succeed on the TikTok as well. You know what? You can make a very short clip to show people how to prepare for the tax. And there's a lot of young people over there. They don't really know about credit, tax, and everything. You make sure it entertain. It doesn't need to entertain. It can be useful and helpful.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have time to sit down and
this earbud is so cool. Why it's so cool and something like that. Just focus. I think YouTube, the TikTok need to be very, very. You need to be very, very focused.
Very focused. Yeah.
Because I'm Chinese American, so TikTok in China they call it Douyin. It's very, very, very popular.
Right.
And nowadays in China, the e-commerce is totally changed. You cannot, like me, I selling stuff, I do my marketing myself, I keep improving my design quality. That doesn't help in China, because in China you need to have a TikTok account. People who is live stream to show you how good they are, and the thousands and thousands of people are gonna go directly to buy them. The very top one, every live stream, he will sell like $200 million products.
Jeez.
At least.
Good gosh.
That is crazy.
This is why Amazon have live stream right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. AliExpress is starting one too. Did you see that?
You guys need to go to
I didn't see that.
Okay.
Hey, Carl, did you see that? AliExpress starting it too?
I need to get my Amazon one set up. I was trying to look at it the other day because I've never done one, but I'd like to give it a whirl sometime.
Yeah. But just be ready for no engagement unless you bring people with you.
Oh yeah.
I'm dead serious.
That's why you're so happy when people show up to hang out with you, because every time you post on here, if I see it, I'll hop in and hang out for a while. But it doesn't ever seem like there's huge crowds on it.
No. It's there. There's no way to search for someone, and the discovery is not working as good as it used to. Like now we're showing up on the product pages again. We weren't for a while, but they only stay for 24 hours. And it used to be like let's say if I would have streamed on a Armadillo Tech case, right, and I would have put that on there, my live stream would have shown up on the Armadillo Tech product page until somebody else streamed on their product page. But now it's only up for 24 hours and then boom, gone. So
it's gone. Wow.
Yeah. And then you can't like type in El Jefe reviews in the search bar and find me to find all my streams. You can't do that either. So yeah, they need to do some work on that.
Major tweaking.
Yeah, they need to do some work, but it's got a lot of potential. But it's nowhere near the same as what we have here on YouTube or what Twitch is doing. But yeah, it still needs a bit of work for sure. But yeah, I mean, like I said, what's it called? AliExpress, they're getting into the same thing, and so is Newegg. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's one thing I've always been kind of obscured about the whole Amazon. Like, is that just a live stream platform, nothing else? I know you mentioned that you can't really search anybody to find their video. So if I don't catch you there during your live stream, that is it. I can't watch that video. That
for the most part, no. Unless you can find my influencer page, then there you can find the streams there. But it's not. But you can't search it. That's the problem. So it's like I have to send you a link to it, and or the only it used to be where it would leave the live streams there, and then you can click on it, and then you can go to the page, or you can see the live stream, because they have a live stream page. Like if you go to Amazon, you'll see a live streams tab,
right?
And you can go in there. Most of the time, there's so many people doing it now that you get bumped off really fast. Like in whatever, like if you're in automotive or electronics or gym or outdoors, whatever category you're in, especially tech, it's so overpopulated in there.
I would imagine, yeah.
So like if I go on, it'll only show 8 streams. So they got like 50 people doing tech or more. So it's like I'll go on, and then in an hour, my video is just ghost.
It's going,
yeah. So
the live stream is also open to seller.
No. Yeah, it was originally open for sellers. Yeah, this bringing in creators was after. So
I think it should be for the creator. So if they do things like this, they have enough creator and offer a seller like us, hey, you can work with this creator, so we can pay certain fee, not a lot maybe, but Amazon charge us some fee, assign a creator for us, so both of us will have benefits, Yeah,
no, I know. If somebody approaches me for that, like if a vendor says, "Hey, we want you to stream for us," or something like that, I can, probably get paid for something like that, but nobody's approached me for something like that.
That would be a nice setup. If they had a way to just create that link between the seller and the creator too.
That would all be put it like this. That wouldn't be anything through Amazon. That would be, you would have to work it out privately. Because like when I got invited onto Anchor's live stream with Adam Weissman, and he's the head of PR for Soundcore, and he was he emailed me. He was like, "Yo, man, hey, what's up? Do you want to jump on this live stream like next Wednesday or whatever?"
Oh, nice.
And I was like, "Cool." And then I went on, and it was me, Adam, and Enabong, Thunder E. So Bored at Work, he was there with us. Okay. And so it was a good time, man. But yes, I mean, it's something that you would have to work out privately with whoever the vendor is or whatever. But I mean, I don't see why you couldn't turn it into something. But it's just, it needs work. Put it that way, man. Like if you want to do it, Adam, if you're whitelisted, jump in, give it a try. But just like, to be completely honest with you, see if you could set it up through StreamYard the way that like myself, Travis, everybody else have been doing. And if you can, invite a guest, because dude, talking by yourself for an hour, dude, it's not the business, bro.
I'll have to look into that.
Amazon's format, trying to get it set up to work to be something similar to like YouTube, but there's still a lot making make it happen. Yeah.
Think about it this way: they try to set up their live stream like a TV ads,
Well, sort of, yeah, because a lot of it was very QVC, like very home shopping network. But what they're letting us do gives us a bit more freedom. They're letting us sort of do it the way that we want to do it, but there are rules. So that's something you have to be very, very careful, the things you say, and you also have to try to warn your people. Like if you bring people, they can't put any links in the chat, they can't drop hashtags, it'll stop the chat. You say the wrong thing and you will instantly be taken down.
No way, really?
I'm dead serious. Like I'm dead serious, dude. Wow. It was like one time it was me and Travis, we'd been going for like 50 something minutes, and they thought he said the F word, which he didn't, but they thought he did. They took us down within like 20 seconds of thinking.
No way.
Wow, that's quick.
The live stream anyway.
They are actively watching. I'm not sure how they're doing it, but
so you got to be. I don't know how they're doing it, but you do got to be. I mean, we worked it out anyway. Afterwards, they figured out that it was just a false positive, but it's one of those things where you do. It's not the same as YouTube. It's not the same as Twitch. You do have to mind your P's and Q's. So.
It's a TV commercial, so
essentially.
Yeah, essentially, right.
Well, so, I hate to do this, guys. I think we have to wrap it up here in a minute or two. I've been on here for almost 2 hours now, and it's almost 11 o'clock my time.
Yeah, no worries, man. It's all good. I know you got a big weekend.
So everyone, happy July 4th, okay? I'm going to go firework. I'm gonna show you guys that.
You be safe, man. I'm gonna be over here sleeping in the bathtub.
No illegal firework.
You're gonna win me next time, please.
All right, Carl.
Well, thank you for everybody who stopped by tonight and everybody who's over in the chat. I certainly appreciate you coming in and hanging out. this was a lot of fun. I'll probably do it again, maybe next week. If not next week, maybe the week after that, and just hop on, grab some people, have some fun, and do some chit chatting. But thanks a lot. Certainly appreciate y'all guys stopping by, and we'll catch y'all later. Have a wonderful and safe, happy 4th of July.
Same to you, bro.
See you, everybody.
I'll see y'all guys later.
See you guys.
Y'all have a good night.
You too, guys. All right.